Hello, English lovers. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today, we are going to talk about the format of writing a formal email. We are going to talk about formal email writing. In this video, we are going to cover the basics of writing a formal email, including the structure, the tone, and the language. But before we continue, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Let's dive in. A formal email typically consists of the following. The very first thing is a subject line, a clear and concise summary of the email's purpose. That is what is known as the subject line. The second thing is the salutation, a formal greeting such as dear manager, dear Mr. or Mrs. and all of that. Then the third one is the introduction. So the third one is the introduction, and the introduction is a brief introduction to the email's purpose. You quickly state what you want to present or talk about in your email. The fourth, we have the body. In the body, we have the main content of the email. You discuss whatever it is you're writing. Maybe you're seeking for a job, or you want to give an invoice, or whatever thing you want to do. That is where it comes in the body. The fifth is the conclusion, a summary of the email's main parts. If you've talked about, or if you've used like 3 or 4 paragraphs, in the conclusion, you just take a paragraph and summarize all what you've said in those 3 or 4 paragraphs that you earlier wrote. Now, the sixth is the closing, a formal closing such as sincerely or best regards. So, typically, writing a formal email is like writing a formal letter, because you have to use a formal tone, you have to use a formal way of writing, like the language. You cannot be writing and you're saying, hello, I am this, or whatever. So you just go straight to the point. You give your, like, if you know how to write a formal letter, that is how you write an email. So the seventh, which comes after the closing, is the signature. Your signature. You write your name, the title, or your title and your contact information. Now, this is a bit different from a formal letter, because with a formal letter, we do not write the contact at the end. We write at the beginning of the letter. Anyways, in our next lesson or video, I'll do a video on how to write a formal letter. I am sure that will be of help. So, what tone and language do we use when writing a formal email? The very first thing we should take note of is that we use a formal tone. Avoid using slangs or jargons or overly casual language. No matter how close you are to that person, if you are writing for business purposes, remain professional. Stop using jargon. Stop being too casual with the person. Keep everything professional. Another thing, you have to be clear and concise. You have to avoid using complex sentences or vague language. Complex sentences which would entail that the receiver has to take time before he or she understands what you're writing. No, use clear and concise language. And the language too shouldn't be vague. Now, the third thing you have to keep in mind is that you should use proper grammar and spelling. Spellings are very important, because there are some words that when you misspell, they already give a different meaning to the to what you intended writing. So you have to be very careful with your spellings. Make sure you proofread your email carefully, because there are times you can be writing and you feel like oh, this is, you've written very well, or your spellings are good. But when you're proofreading is going through what you've written, taking time to actually go through what you've written to see if there are any errors. So when you proofread, this makes your writing or your email to be good, because you'll be able to cite out the errors that you've made. Now, the fourth thing is for you to avoid using contractions. We do not use contractions in email writings. We have said that email writing is like writing a formal letter. So you use full words instead of contractions. Like you want to, especially contractions that are not generally known. You can maybe use the ones that are generally known, but ones that you've not, like they are not known by everyone, it's not advisable to use such, because they might not help in conveying the message that you intend to convey. Now, here are some additional tips for writing a formal email. The first, we use a formal font size. Stick to the traditional font like Arial, Calibri, or Times New Roman. This is very important. Do not go about trying to exploit other font sizes in your email. There are stated font sizes that are advisable for us to use. Now, another thing is for us to use proper formatting. We use headings, bullet points, white space to make your email easy to read. When you use bullets, for example, if you have different points, you can use bullets to buttress your points. You can use bullets to explain or to cite out the things you want to be seen. Another one is include a clear call to action. Make it clear what action you want the recipient to take. Are you seeking for employment? Say it that you want employment. Do you want to be patronized? Maybe you have a business and you want the person to buy. State it clearly that you want the person to buy. Do you want subscription? State it that you want subscription. That is what we mean by stating a clear call to action. Now, the next one is proofread. Remember, we earlier talked about it. So, proofreading is very important. So, you make sure to proofread your email carefully before sending it. This is to emphasize on how important proofreading is. There are some people who have zero tolerance for wrong spellings or anything that would stress them. So when you proofread your work, it helps you to be able to convey your message in clean and concise language. So that's it for today's video on email writing. But I'll attach a sample email at the end of this video for you to be able to see how to go about writing an email. So be sure to watch to the end in order for you to grasp the information on the sample email that I'll put at the end of this video. So remember to keep your email clear, concise, and formal. Again, do not forget to proofread before sending. Thank you for watching, and we'll see in the next video. If there is any issue you would like me to handle, like I always say, do not forget to leave that in the comment section. I'll go through and I'll make a video to your request. Thank you. Be sure to turn on your notification bell in order not to get missing or get lost out on any information or any video that will subsequently be posted. Thank you for watching. Remain blessed. Okay, so like I said that I'll attach a sample email at the end of the video. So this is a sample email for writing an interview. These are sample emails for professional emails. Okay, thank you.